we're live. Great. So,
Welcome.
some of you may know, some of you may not know. We are testing out some filters today, so that hopefully we have a cleaner, warmer sounding audio over on Twitch.
Ooh.
It's also for you, Evil, because you have a tendency to spike people's eardrums.
Oh, is my voice too deep?
Yes, much too deep. That's why we put in the limiter.
My power has been limited.
We left off last week. You guys had made your way into the swamp and faced off with the hag. What was it? Cackling Ethel Greenteeth. You
Yes.
had a pretty nasty fight with a venom troll that kind of forced you to hurt and damage and kill yourselves.
I don't know what you're talking about.
And so we did.
I would never do that.
You were triumphant in the end. The hag didn't last quite as long as the troll did. You also met a new person who come running out of the woods, trying to do flying leaps and face planting into the swamp. But she's here. And that's where we are. So let's get ourselves started over here. Go ahead and preload this. And we will activate the swamp. So, here we are, guys. What did you want to do? I remember there was some looting and whatnot that you wish to embark upon.
Yep, Alfred would have been looking for valuables.
Okay, Alfred. Where exactly would you have been looking?
So Alfred would look into any drawer or chest first, or like these bookshelves.
You see a few bookshelves in there and a desk. There is one set of cabinets over by the dining table, but it looks to hold like broken dishes and glasses and things of that nature.
Then he would also check out under the bed.
Okay, make an investigation roll for me. First roll of the night, guys. Here we go. An 18. Wow, that's really not bad. While you are investigating under the bed, you do happen upon what looks like it might be some sort of hidden door.
Okay. I would dismiss my familiar and summon it behind the hidden door and look around through its eyes. I'm not opening it because I'm worried there might be some traps or something like that, considering we're in the house of a hag.
Okay. You dismiss your familiar. You try to summon her back, and she appears sitting right on top of the door.
Oh. Well, I would take a few steps back and check if I have mage hand, and then realize that I don't. So I would get back to it and just try to open it with my hands, making sure Misty doesn't get hurt by making her move a bit further away. And I'll mention, I found a door here.
It's more of a
Another one?
it's more of a hatch. Maybe 2 foot wide by a foot long. It looks like it might be a little cache of some sort.
Think this is where all the magic items are.
As you try to open it, you figure out very quickly that it is locked.
Is there a key somewhere? I would check the body of the hag to see if there's a key on it.
In the meanwhile, can Dor go around and try to look for anything that links the hag to the death of his wife? Like scribble down notes, or maybe something that the hag took from the body, or anything like that?
Sure, you're going to investigate the desk there.
Yep.
Okay, make an investigation roll, please.
Can I do a perception check for that?
Nope.
Damn. Oh, not too bad.
Investigation. Good. You do find some scribbled notes, but for some reason they all seem like gibberish, almost as if somebody was writing a journal and talking to themselves, but answering themselves at the same time. You do find a couple of other things laying on the desk. There's a small brass handbell. There's a couple of candles. There are a couple of small bottles that have liquid in them.
Mm-hmm. What was the first thing? A handbell?
A small brass handbell.
I'll take the handbell and the flasks, or the bottles.
Okay.
The bottles for later examination. And then I will step over to the bed with a trapdoor and ring the handbell.
Okay, great. Alfric, there was no key on the hag.
Oh.
I also need you and Alphonse, if he's back, to make a Constitution savings throw for me.
Yes, I am back, and Alphonse has been sampling the food on the table and found it not to his taste. I still have a sour taste in my mouth.
You make a Constitution savings throw for me?
Coming right up.
Oh, nice.
You don't feel anything after eating that food.
Yeah, that's not what happens.
So, Alphonse, you are fine. Alfric, you take 4 points of psychic damage as Dor rings the bell and this splitting sound shoots through your brain.
What are you doing? Don't fly.
So I know this spell.
Think dog whistle.
It only affected
all the
those
dead.
two.
Wait, is Alphonse and
Oh
Alfric a dog?
no! This sounds like the bell of the taxman.
No.
For whom the bell tolls.
Dor, Saphira, and Evil, as Dor tries to ring the bell, you guys hear nothing.
Ew.
I don't
Silent
know.
bell, cool. I'm going to try to use my thieves' tools to get the lock open.
Okay.
Is that a thievery? Or no, sleight of hand. I'm sorry, Pathfinder.
Oh, you should have thieves tools in your inventory that you can click on.
Oh, I click on them. Ooh. Let's see. Thieves' tools. Use thieves' tools. Why did it throw
Oh
twice?
no.
Did you double click?
No.
Odd. We'll just take the first one. You fight with the lock for several minutes, but can't seem to get it open.
This is very different than a prison lock. And a door lock. Well, I tried.
You guys have a lock problem? Perhaps one that can be resolved with powerful magic?
Ooh, perhaps.
Let me check my spell
look is
book.
in there.
Or you could just, smack it a few times.
Ah, yes. I have just a spell to break this lock. First of all, where is it exactly?
Under the bed.
Under this bed.
Did we
Under
pull
this
the bed
bed, huh?
sideways?
All
Yeah, I
right,
mean, you can very easily move
everybody. I will need 4 people to perform a dangerous magic ritual with me. Dispose
shall
yourselves on the
contribute
sides of the bed. All
Does
right.
it-
Now, as part of the ritual, you must put both your hands under the bed and lift it. And when I say the magic word, drop, you must push the bed down as strong as you can.
Very well. Evil will attempt to lift the bed.
All right, everybody together, and basically we try to ram the secret door with the bed.
Okay. The bed is about 6 times bigger than the secret door.
Okay,
Oh,
wait a minute. Before we try this great magical thing, I have a hammer and a crowbar.
Evil is
Oh,
trying
yes.
to lift the bed and it's not budging.
your magical instruments are going to provide for a way better ritual. You go ahead, Saphira.
Oh, I just have them. I don't use them.
Okay.
Wait
Who
a
is,
moment before you start smashing everything. I
Right?
just want to have a look around. And Thor uses his Fearbolt magic to cast Detect Magic.
Okay. Just real quick, who's eating something out of something glass because it's echoing?
Oh, sorry, that was me.
I was trying. I thought it was something on my map. Like, what is making that god awful noise? It's not that.
Yeah, sorry.
Detect magic. For the duration, you sense the presence of magic within 30 feet of you. If you sense magic in this way, you can use your action to see a faint aura around any visible creature or object in the area that bears magic. You learned at School of Magic, if any. The spell can penetrate most barriers, but it's blocked by up to 1 foot of stone, 1 inch of cut of metal, thin sheet of wood, or 3 feet of wood or dirt. Okay. Detect magic. Detect magic. Let's see. Oh, seriously? No, there's people spamming our channel about want to become famous, buy followers.
Did they not read the articles recently where there was a bunch of people that got in trouble for that?
Well, to be fair, I think they're robots.
Nice.
Report them, whatever.
I shall buy 5 followers.
Yes, I should buy 5,000 followers. Thank you.
Our followers like friends.
Right. So here we go, Door. In the far corner of the room, like right about there, there is a small, nondescript wooden staff just leaning against the wall that seems to glow softly. You
All
also
right.
find a staff. You also find, tucked away underneath this old ratty couch, 2 scrolls that seem to glow faintly. And on the desk, one of the candles is glowing.
That is
The-
very
The small
curious.
trapdoor also has a faint glow around it.
Okay, I go over and grab the scrolls and the staff and look at Alfric and Saphira and Evil and Alphonse. Anybody knows how to use these? Not exactly my area, I believe.
Let me have a look, and I have a look at the candle.
Okay, it is a black candle.
Magic scented.
Does it have any? Would my background let me know anything about that? Would I know about it if it's a particularly?
It is actually a very common item. Let me look up the.
Religious significance. That's where I was going.
Is it Candle of the Deep?
It is a candle of the deep. Yes.
Okay. So my next question would have been whether it's lit or not.
It is not lit, but
Okay.
Wait, Candle of the Deep? Isn't that a dangerous item?
Oh, it's very dangerous indeed.
No, I wouldn't know anything about that.
Oh no, sorry, I'm confusing with Candle of Invocation.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was. I was like, wait a minute.
No, it is dangerous. It can burn underwater. Imagine you can even set the ocean aflame.
Oh,
You can have a romantic dinner underneath the water.
okay. So, Thornog, you can add a candle of the deep to your inventory.
Oh, okay. I didn't necessarily want to take it, by the way. I was just trying to figure out what it is.
Oh, okay. Well, does anybody want it?
Not particularly.
No, thank you.
I mean, but I'll take it.
Underwater.
But I thought our party loot guy would take it. That's
I mean,
insane.
yeah, if I have the party loot like physically with me, I would definitely put it in there, but like I'm not laying claim to it is my point.
Okay. Well, just add it to your party loot then.
Okay.
And then if anybody actually wants the item, we'll give them the item.
Yeah, let's have a look at the stuff now.
Yeah,
Maybe we can sell it to some mermaids.
we need some stuff. We like stuff.
I covet riches.
I don't. I could have been rich.
It honestly, it looks like a plain wooden staff. It doesn't even look like a very high quality one.
Well, maybe somebody could like sleep with it and then figure out what it does by the time they wake up, or maybe just have like intimate lunch with it. You know, just you and the staff, and then suddenly you magically figure out what it does. You know how these
An
things go.
underwater date with the candle of the deep.
I never ever thought I would hear the words "an intimate dinner" come out of Alfred's mouth. That's the best. That's the best ever. Okay, I'm sorry.
Well, I know Dora likes to hit things with staves sometimes.
I mean, yeah,
I can definitely do that.
I have a wand.
I have a nice staff already, but I can have a look at this one a little bit more closely. Sure.
What if it's cursed?
Then it's just part of my life story. Being
Oh,
cursed.
this is so sad.
Evil is going to divine sense. Oh, I have to reset my macros again. Evil is going to use divine sense to see if there is. I don't think divine sense can actually see curses, but it's like.
No, I don't believe
Okay.
Divine Sense can actually see curses.
Nope.
That would be hilarious if it could.
It really would be hilarious if it could. Right,
Anyway.
so what up, guys?
I
You
will
trap
take
more-
out my crowbar and I will say, look, I have these strong abs. I think I will be able to force this open, no problem.
Do you want the hammer too for some torque?
This makes sense.
I can take, yeah, sure. Although I think my arms are all the tools I need, plus the crowbar, of course.
Oh, okay.
All right, just make me a strength check with advantage because you're using the crowbar.
Easy.
Can somebody close the windows? This green smelly air keeps getting inside.
Although, I think actually sorcerers have this thing at level 5 where I can reroll for a sorcery point. Let me just read it real quick. Because I will use that.
You have noodle powers too!
Oh wait, I don't know if I have sorcery points left actually. Yeah, I guess this is before I level up, right?
Well, technically yes, but
Okay. Well, if I am allowed, I would use it, but if we say it's like before I level up, then I would be out, so then I wouldn't do it. It's called Magical Guidance. I can post it. It was added with Tasha. This is the text.
yep.
Oh.
Spend one sorcery point and re-roll the d20. You must use. Do you have any sorcery points left? I thought you used. I thought
Yeah, no,
all of
that's
you
what he's.
were just about
He
Yeah,
is.
that's what I said.
He's just showing it for later.
I
Yeah.
I thought all of you were just about tapped.
So anyways, Alfred would try and would say, this must be magically sealed. Not even my powerful apps can get it open.
Magic.
Magic.
So we could use the same method we used last time we dealt with a trapdoor. I still have fire bolts.
I mean,
Well,
I
it's made of
could,
wood, so it might catch fire.
True. We might set the whole house on fire.
I didn't
down.
use my wand. I could smack it with some missiles.
Oh, do you still have it? I think you still have it.
Yeah, I have. I didn't use it with the troll because I didn't want to really kill you guys.
Oh, thanks for holding back.
You're welcome.
Quick question. 1, can a mole dig through wood? 2, can I find Steed a big mole?
Can a mole dig through wood? Can you find Steed a large mole?
Yeah.
A rodent of unusual size.
It's a mole a rodent?
Yes.
A mole does fall into the rodent classification. Yes.
Cool.
You have find Steed already?
Oh, well, no, after we sleep. But it is in case we don't get the thing open today.
Okay.
Oh, after we sleep, I can do it easy.
Oh, fantastic!
I mean, do we really want to sleep in this
Thing
house?
is, I'm not feeling tired.
Yeah, it's not exactly the cleanest place. We'd have to prestidigitate a lot.
Okay. Well.
I could wand it to death from way back here.
Can you target objects with the wand?
I don't know. That's a very good question. It just says the magic missile spell. Let me look at the magic missile.
Yes, then let me just get out of the way so we don't accidentally kill each other.
No, it says creature.
Or, I mean,
Yes.
wait, let me try something,
only
guys.
works against creatures.
Dang it. So a lot of spells that do that.
We'll circle the house,
I'm
and
going
we'll try
to.
to nift.
I'm going to be the voice from beyond that drops a very large clue. You do happen to have a very
Wait.
large, strong person with you
I
who might have better luck with a crowbar.
Yes, but Alfred is convinced that he's the strongest now that he has metallic muscles, so he wouldn't ask anyone else to try.
That's okay, guys.
Hold on! 1, can a mole dig through wood? 2, can Dorton turn into a mole?
I can when I do a little bit of a break, then I can do that again.
Then perhaps we should take a little break. We've been fighting quite hard anyway.
Fear not, my friends, for I have solved this puzzle. Alphonse will go to the flower pot and lift it to see if there's a key under it. That's where they usually are.
Okay.
Okay. There is no key underneath the flower pot. There are several live insects that go scurrying.
Prestidigitation.
And the insects disappear.
No.
We've killed them.
That would have been a nice snack, to be honest.
Oh, that's. Oh.
That's not natural. You said it was not natural here. Why would you? Why would you do? Oh, does the plant look healthy?
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah?
it does.
What,
It actually
what
looks to
kind
be
of plant is it?
Make a nature
Is
check.
it like a bonsai or like some flowers? Oh, nature check coming right up.
I love how we.
It's a plant.
I
Alright,
actually have
thought
an
to keep
idea.
this plant,
It's
for
a
it has a
vegetable.
decorative value.
I have an idea. I have this thing called a python, and I also have this thing called a hammer. What if I hammer the python through the trapdoor?
And then if it doesn't work, we can use it to set up a tent.
Or I could just we have torches. I could set a bonfire on top of it, burn it down. We'll get to what's underneath eventually.
I suppose, but the room would get filled with smoke and it would be quite hazardous to stay in here.
And what if there are documents that are important to door below that trapdoor? We have to be careful with fire, I think.
Just wanted to clean the
We could
place up
also
a bit.
We could extract acid from the troll and melt the wood.
That's
We
an
could-
interesting idea, but we have to be very precise with it because the acid could just go right through and melt other stuff as well, like whatever is
Yes.
under the trapdoor.
We could try to melt the lock.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Although, what if we melt it in a way that it stays locked? Oops.
Ooh, that is true.
What?
Though I believe that acid does not function the same way that melting a metal through heat does. Because with heat, it might fuse together, but the acid will mostly just burn it away and actually corrode it.
What if we all try to unlock the lock with our mighty noodle arms?
Wait, you mean
We shall
unlock
unite
it with
our
friendship?
forces.
We can do it together. Why not?
Yeah.
Maybe
I
you
would
guys can
pref-
help us.
I would
Yes.
prefer to have a short nap before. You never know
Disgusting here.
what lies beyond.
I definitely don't want to. I will go out. Can I go outside? Can we rest outside? This lady did not know how to clean, and there's years of grime.
Yeah, we can
Bugs.
sit outside, no problem for me.
Sure.
I'm
I don't
pretty
mind
sure
either
it's
way.
more disgusting outside than inside.
There was
Victoria,
bugs.
Victoria, do
It's
you
more
want to camp with
nature
us?
outside.
Oh yeah, we have a chick here with us. Hi, chick.
Yeah.
Can
you have a
she open the door? Like, is she not useful? She's definitely not getting whatever's under there. It's ours.
Let me look. Let's see. What does she have on her? Doobie 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 doo 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 doo.
Can't she
Ah.
just punch the lock? She's enough.
Right? Punch, punch.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, she does have thieves' tools, so. Let's see. So she will try and pick the lock for you.
Ooh.
Wow.
Ooh.
Wow.
She just like flicks it and it opens.
Have
I'm
you
sorry,
ever
but-
considered a career in crime? I can introduce you.
I'm sorry that took me so long. It was just so humorous watching you struggle.
Humorous. That's a type of bone. That's a type of bone.
So, with great effect, your new elven friend is quite easily able to pick the lock, and she flips the door open. When your typing is very loud. Are you on
Very
the right
cool.
mic?
I'm sorry. I even have my quiet keyboard. Sorry.
Your stealth keyboard.
I did.
On the right microphone?
You're
Yeah.
elven
I'm 90% sure.
keyboard of elven kind.
So,
Let me check. Yes.
Victoria opens the door, steps back.
Thank you very much, Victoria.
Laying in a very small cubby underneath the door, mostly the reason your familiar couldn't teleport in because there's no space. There are a handful of items. One is a key ring with 3 keys on it.
Well, that's useless now.
Wait, how could she
She
not
hid the
get from
keys
the
inside
inside?
of the.
Another is a crystal ball about 6 inches in diameter.
A palantir. I know of this.
The next item is what looks like a macabre doll of some sort. The dress is ragged and dirty, but it has this eerily grinning head that's actually lying on the other side of the box.
Oh, this thing's kind of cute.
I want to cast Fireball on that so bad. I don't even know what it
Evil
is.
picks up the doll.
Oh, God.
Cursed.
Evil picks up the doll. Yeah?
Yep.
Okay, so you have the doll, the head's laying in the hole.
Oh, it's headless? Hold on, let me put that
Yep.
head back on.
Oh, God. Oh, God.
Right. So here we go. Yay.
So, the hack is revived. Roll for initiative.
Right?
Oh,
Did I
no, no,
activate
no.
a curse?
I
Alright.
need everyone to make
No.
an DC 15 wisdom savings throw.
Wisdom
Being
saving throw.
frightened because I'm already frightened.
Oh look, my
With-
dice changed. It's a 19 now. That's just canon.
That's a 2.
I knew it. Yeah.
Let's see. So, evil,
Is she okay?
let's see. Door saves. Victoria also saves. Evil, as you place the head back on the doll,
Why did you just do that?
its little teeth start to chatter up and down. And then it emits this high-pitched wailing cry.
Oh,
And now everybody except for Dor and Victoria suddenly must have this doll.
Evil, my friend, will you offer me this doll of your own volition?
Well, It's kind of my friend now.
If
But
you
we
can,
are. We have been your friends so long, Evil.
Protected.
if you
Please.
give me the doll, I can make you a lot of money. Remember when
Be
you
reasonable,
invested into
Evil.
me?
Give me
You
the
got
doll.
that cloak. You got that cloak.
As
Friends,
side note-
calm down, friends.
Fear not, little maiden. I shall protect you.
as a side note, none of you can willingly move further away from the doll.
I'm holding the doll.
Yeah, so I'm speaking to the others who are not. The only
Okay.
person who can actually move away from them is whoever is holding the doll. If anyone else is in proximity but not holding the doll, you are not allowed to move further away from the doll unless you possess the doll. Except for Dora and Victoria, because they're both standing there going, huh?
I have a question. Are we allowed to share?
No. You must possess the doll.
I don't.
Damn, I don't have suggestion prepared. You're lucky.
So we
Evil.
can't have like stocks in the doll. We can't have like Alphonse has 30% stocks. Alfred gets to.
Evil, if you give me the doll, I will give you 1,000 gold as soon as I have 1,000 gold, which will be very soon, I promise.
It's very kind of you, my friend,
Actually-
but unfortunately, I must decline. I'm quite attached to this little
What
thing.
about 2,000?
Reminds me of my home.
I don't want the doll anymore, but I'll help Evil protect the doll.
Oh, that's quite nice of you. Thank you, Alphonse.
It's my pleasure, Evil. Will you allow me to just hold it?
Well, I'm kind of holding it right now, but I mean, if I have to drop it, you can hold it later.
Uh-huh.
Evil.
How soon?
Evil.
Yes, yes, Saphira.
I'd like the four of you to roll initiative, please.
I'm your friend, right?
Oh yes, we're all friends.
Can I see the doll? I just want to hold it for a minute. You're my friend.
Well, you can have it later when I'm done holding it, but you can see it. It's right here.
But
Isn't it so cute?
I don't ask you for much, Evil. I generally give you. I cast spells on you, Evil. I heal you and I help you. I just want to see it.
I cast spells on you too, Saphira. You know, it's.
And if I had a doll, I would let you have it.
Well, yes, and you can have it later when I'm done with it.
I really don't want a doll.
I have an idea. I have an idea on how we can decide who holds the doll. And it's peaceful.
Right. Evil, you're first. What do you want to do on your turn?
Well, I'm holding the doll, and I like holding the doll, and I think everyone should just let me hold the doll, and everything is good. I'm going to cast Detect Thoughts to see what the others are planning to do. Or, well, I can only focus on one person at a time, I think. But I'll focus on Alphonse since he's the closest. Oh, damn it, my macros.
Alright, my surface thoughts are doll, 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 doll.
Alphonse, you lied to me when you said you didn't want the doll. You want the doll. Why would you lie to me? I'm your friend. People
I don't
back
want
into the corner,
doll. You
clutching the doll.
want it, I swear.
I can see it on your face, and I can read it in your thoughts.
Please, Evil, let me help you help the doll.
Alphonse, you're scaring me.
Okay, Evil, that is your turn.
Yep.
Saphira, your turn. You want the doll.
I do want the doll, but she's not giving the doll up. So, am I going to be like? I'm trying to think of something. Because you know what? If I can't have it, then nobody gets it. I will use this as my action. And I will turn into a radiant being with big glowy eyes and angelic wings and evolve! I've been touched. I need to see the doll.
We can see it fine from there. I'm holding it now.
I'm fucking dying over here. I'm dying. Literally dying over here. Okay, are you doing anything else on your turn, Saphira?
No, that's all that's my action, so
All right.
yeah.
Alphonse.
Alphonse stands up on the bed and says, my friends, look at us. We're all like rabid dogs, hungered, looking at a feast. We have no need to fight over this. Not only are we friends, but we're civilized people as well. I propose a non-violent resolution that will leave everybody satisfied. Indeed, a drinking game for the doll. Who agrees with me?
Oh, well, I think I'd rather just have the doll for now. You guys can have it later.
No, Evil, you must participate. It must be fair, remember?
What are Alphonse's surface thoughts? No, yeah.
Alphonse's surface thoughts are nothing but fair. But he does hope for no violence. That would be real.
I mean, if you guys want to have a drinking game over who gets to like hold the doll next, that's fine with me. I'm holding it right now.
All right. But will you participate? So maybe you can hold it next.
Yes, that's a great idea.
Perfect. Then come with me around the table. And Alphonse will spend the rest of his turn going towards the table.
Alphonse cannot.
Oh wait, actually, I can't move away from the doll, so I would hold my movement for when Evil moves.
Alfric.
How exactly is Evil holding the doll?
He's holding it with both hands, like just like one would hold a teddy bear.
So is she like hugging it?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
I have a pillow with me here to assimilate the experience.
They are clutching it to their chests.
Indeed.
It's mine.
I also have a suggestion for deciding who gets the doll next. Maybe we could all just stand where we are now, not move, and then Evil just throws it up in the air, and if Doll wants any of us to hold it, it would just automatically land near that person. What do you think?
Well, the doll wants to hang out with me right now, but maybe later.
Maybe if you throw it up, it will just, fly back down to you immediately.
It might hit the floor, and the head might fall back off.
Well, maybe wherever the head rolls, that's where the doll wants to go. I think we should give the choice to the doll. What do you think?
I usually don't chop people's heads off to find out where they want to go.
Oh no, you don't chop it off, you just let it throw its head off if it wants to.
I mean, it's free to throw its head off if it wants to right now.
What if the doll consents?
What are we doing?
Well, I know. I will read the doll's thoughts on my turn, and then it will be revealed that it wants to hang out with me right now.
Okay. As my action, I don't do anything myself, but Misty is, as I'm speaking, trying to sneak up behind Evil on the wall.
Make a stealth check for Misty.
And as it's trying to sneak up, it's trying to like clutch the walls, and a
Hold on,
piece of the wall just kind of comes
evil
out
passive perception.
and drops on the ground behind.
Evil, your perception is at disadvantage because you are focused on the doll.
Oh, and do I do a perception check? Okay, because my passive perception is 9, I think. I was hoping it was 8, but it wasn't.
Nope, I'm still going to ask you to roll. I'm going to ask you to roll perception, but at disadvantage because you really want that doll.
Oh, where's the? I thought it would. Okay, I'll just do another one and see if it's lower. Yeah, 7.
So just
I don't
remember, you can mouse over top of the chat where you've rolled, and you have a minus button or a plus button.
Yeah, I know. I was hovering the button, so I was lazy about it.
Mm-hmm.
So what Misty is doing, now that it very sneakily snuck up behind Evil, is it's waiting for an opportunity to fly in and snatch it. And that opportunity is if Evil at any point stops holding it with both hands.
Okay.
And
And is that your turn?
Yes.
Right.
Short question. Do I, as I'm not possessed by this, do I understand what's going on, or do I just sit there and like, what the hell is wrong with them right now?
Yeah, you and Victoria are just kind of looking at each other trying to figure out. Well, but Alfred, well, actually, all 4 of you, at the end of your turn, or at the end of this round, the head falls off the doll, and now you all don't want it anymore.
I want to burn it in fire.
Do we actively not want it, or do we just things just go back to normal?
You don't have the compulsion to possess the doll any longer.
Burn it in fire, and I need to AFK a minute.
Oh, you guys know, I think I was being rather childish about it. If you guys really want to hold it, you can have it. Hold on, I'll put the head back on so you can have.
And
I put the head back on and offer it over.
As you are trying to put the head back on, Misty would fly, because Misty had his instructions and doesn't understand any of it, and snatches the head and brings it to me.
Oh, I mean, you could have the other part as well if you can put it together if you really want to here. You will come over and hand over.
This was so much fun. I'm going to post what this is over in the chat log because I know you guys are all DMs and you're going to want to use this thing. This, I'm literally wiping away tears over here. This was great.
So it becomes a Mexican stand-up for the doll for a round.
Yeah, for one round, everybody who fails wants the doll. You must have the doll.
Well, here you go, Alfric. All right, let's see what else is under here.
I don't really understand why we all wanted this. Would we realize, by the way, that it was magically mind-fucking us, or do we just think we are kind of dumb?
Yeah, no, you would probably figure it out pretty quick.
Oh wait, but shouldn't the selves get advantage to that save since it's a charm? It's a charm.
No.
Fair enough.
Well, this could be useful for the party. I don't think I'm the most useful one to have it, because I tend to fight from the back. But I put it into the loot, and then somebody can take it if they want.
I didn't mean to.
You can probably try to sell it.
Oh, yes. Oh my god, this is brilliant.
We can...
Oh, put that
Get
on an
quite
auction
a bargain.
with a bunch of
Yes.
rich people.
Yes, we need to do exactly that.
Yep.
We need to have yes, but the auction must last only one turn.
Yeah, like a speed auction, quick bet thing.
Yeah. Or we could just, keep taking off the head and putting it back on.
But how do we protect ourselves from it then?
Or we just need this powerful cantrip called Mage Hand. Actually, wait, can sorcerers change cantrips on level up? Because if yes, I can just pick it up.
If cantrip is a spell.
Yeah, but you can't change cantrips. But I think with Tasha's, there was some rules that these optional rules that you can change cantrips.
I'll look into it.
Yeah, and also that one also had the rulings that made basically wizards obsolete almost.
I only get it at ability score improvement, so I don't get it this time. Well, there are ways we can protect ourselves against it. But yeah, that's a good idea. I'll put it into party loot, and next time we are in town, I will see if I can sell it for a lot of money.
Otherwise, it's nice to keep, but as well, it's quite cute. Anyway, we also found these keys. I'm curious as to whether. Do you think maybe they're related to since there was 3 sisters? There's 3 keys, one for each of something.
Well, as you pick up the ring of keys, you notice that the keys all seem to be made of brass, and on the head of the key, there is a very stylized question mark worked into the metal.
Huh, a mystery key. Interesting.
Victoria would pipe up and she says, "Ah, I have seen those before. It has a small chance of unlocking any lock that it is put into. A very small chance."
Oh, that's incredibly convenient. What are the other 2 for?
They're all 3 the same.
Do they disappear after opening the lock, or are they reusable?
They do disappear after opening the lock.
Well, still useful. So there are 3 keys, right?
There are 3 mystery keys. That is the actual name of the key, is the mystery key.
I was. Well, perhaps I can keep these on for when I don't manage to open a lock.
Sure. Take it.
Fair enough.
What about the crystal ball?
Yes, this one's quite
Yes,
interesting.
the Palantir.
Evil takes it up and puts it on the floor in like a little.
Do you think the taxman
little
uses
spin the
it to
bottle
track?
formation.
Do you think the taxman uses it to track my income?
What kind of aura do I get from the ball, from the crystal ball?
Um,
From my detect magic? I assume it's still up.
yeah,
Lasts for 10 minutes.
you get the sense of sort of like a scrying spell, but very exact.
Okay. I think it might be indeed a tool from the taxman.
Oh no, we must
Let's
destroy
destroy
it.
it.
Bad vibes
Yes.
from it.
Are we all in
Evil is
agreement
like,
to destroy this orb?
Yes.
Evil is like holding. It's quite pretty though. We could like. Sell it. I don't know.
You're holding the crystal ball.
Oh god, oh fuck.
Okay.
What curse do I get this time?
You don't get a curse, but while you're holding the crystal ball, at first while it looks like an orb of clear glass, and you can actually see your fingers being distorted by the refraction of the glass itself, you suddenly start to see some sort of movement inside, and then a single baleful eye staring back at you.
Do not peer into the Palantir. Morgoth will take hold of your soul.
Evil goes, takes her face closer to the sphere and just like tries to see more. Hello? Is someone in there?
The eye pulls back and becomes two, and a very haggard-looking face. And you hear a voice echo in your head going, "You are not my sister." Why
I actually
do you
still
hold
look
her?
like her sister.
Why do you
Hey,
hold?
give him a moment.
What did you say?
Says, why do you hold my sister's crystal?
Well, I was wondering what was inside of it. Who might you be?
I am the one asking questions.
Well,
What did
hello,
I
everyone asking
collect?
questions. I'm evil.
Evil. Where is my
Evil. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance. Your
Where is
sister
my
is like
sister,
a bit
Evil?
mean. Huh?
Where is my sister, Evil?
Well, you know, it's quite unfortunate, but she's not around anymore.
Do we all hear this happening, by the way?
No, it's just an Evil's head. You hear Evil talking to the crystal ball, but the voice coming out of it is just in her head.
Okay.
Oh, Evil. Evil is
Evil is talking to the tax man.
is the doll talking to you?
It's actually not the taxman. It's actually her sister.
Oh,
There's another one. Oh yeah.
Oh no. Oh no.
Oh, you know,
Ask her if she has trolls or spiders.
do you perchance must have some trolls or some spiders?
Oh, I have much, much worse in store for you, Evil.
She's got much worse things in store for me.
Like what?
does she own a
have-
store?
Does she have magic items?
Yeah, can we go visit her? Where's she at?
Yeah, can we come visit you? Where are you at?
You will not find me, but I will find you in time, Evil. You will pay for
Does-
this life with your own.
Tell her we'll be at the foot of the mountains when the dwarf encampment.
Do
Should
not
we?
worry.
I don't think that's a good idea to tell her that.
Do not worry,
She
Evil.
said she had bad things in store. I don't think the dwarves would much like to have that.
She just owns a store of bad things. That's no biggie.
I mean,
Is there like a place where it's more convenient to meet just so we're like a little bit away from people?
yeah, we can say hello.
We can maybe, talk this out. Just,
Do not worry, Evil. Your suffering will be eternal.
well, that certainly alleviates my concerns. Question mark? Well, I feel like this conversation wasn't very productive. Does anyone else want to talk to Ethel Green Teeth's sister?
Victoria holds her hand out. Give it to me.
I thought she killed a hag.
No.
Dwarf deserves this.
Is
No,
it,
she is mine.
Yeah, sure thing.
Give it to me.
Oh no, is this another one of those we have to fight over again?
I just grab
Oh
the
god, oh fuck.
spear and
Okay,
Look
okay,
into
why
it.
did I put it on? Go on.
where are you? I wanna find you.
Furbrog. Yes, my sister has told me many things about your people.
Your sister's not telling anything to anybody anymore. Where are you?
You will find me in your dreams, and I will make you suffer, and I will rejoice.
And I will find you during the day, and you will regret what you have done.
Oh, my friend Furbog, I have done nothing to you yet. But I will. I will avenge my sister.
Same from me. I haven't done anything to you yet. But I promise you, when I'm done with you, you will know what you have done. And I will put you back where you came from. Nature is a circle, and I will break yours.
There's just a very soft, cackling laughter, and it seems that the connection is broken.
I'm gonna whisper to Evil. I think we broke the door.
Damn, Doris, she left you on hold.
He used to be so nice. What happened?
I
Well,
was
he sort of
wondering.
got his wife killed by
She's the one.
a hag that
This is what happens
torture him
to a
and stuff.
man
And it
who
sounds like
doesn't
there's
take
still.
second back.
She's the one I've been looking for. I know it.
I
I'm
thought
so close to finish that.
I thought we just got the one
No,
that no.
no.
Okay. Did you figure out where she's at?
Unfortunately not.
Doris on a rampage.
Well, it sounded like she was going to find us.
I'm pretty sure we meet her soon, and I will be ready for her.
You may not meet her as soon as you think.
I thought you killed one of these ladies. I thought there's usually only 3. We've killed 2. Is there 4?
No, this is the third one.
So
There
did you?
are indeed 4 hags in this coven.
Oh,
I was coming here to seek information on the last, the most powerful.
I thought you wanted her hands.
I want her life as well.
But
That orb that you hold, it is the only key left to finding her. I have been chasing her for over 50 years.
Sounds
still
like she's
mine.
coming to us anyways.
yeah, I think if you stick around us, you might encounter her. Sounded like she had the intention of seeing us.
Also, Dor has been chasing her for 50 hours. Look at the results. My man.
Was a little bit more than 50 hours, my friend, but I appreciate what you say.
I mean,
Well, I may not be able to travel with you for long. It depends on where you are going from here. But I can give you fair warning. Agatha Grey Miss is a night hag, a very powerful and very spiteful night hag. She knows at least 2 of you by face now, and 1 of you by name, Foolish.
But she doesn't know my face. Evil still looks like the sister.
If you think your little disguise can fool Agatha, you are very much mistaken.
Oh, I don't think she was fooled. Especially since I told her my name.
Congratulations on killing the other hag, though. But I was
Yeah.
coming specifically looking for that orb. Would you mind, Mr. Furblog? I will give it back to you before I leave.
Do I believe her?
Make an
She seems trustworthy.
Make an insight check. Because
She
I
took a
don't believe
dive for us,
anybody.
remember?
She did nothing.
She took a dive for us.
She opened that thing.
She
you know.
fell on her head.
She seems to be quite genuine. Her anger at the hags seems almost as great as Doors. Not quite at that level, but almost.
So, not
Oh
that.
no, maybe she lost her fiancé.
Or maybe she lost her, like, sister or brother.
This fear is the only thing that can bring me to the end of my quest. I need to revenge my wife that was killed by these hags. Will you promise to help me to finish this?
Oh,
I belong to
You all the
group,
way, door.
a
She
very
belongs
rare
to a what?
set, a very rare group of monks. This Agatha Grey Miss spent months tormenting us in our dreams. She drove many of the brothers mad, as is her way. I swore a vow that I would avenge my brothers. I have been hunting her, and I found out she had a sister, which led me here. And now you hold the one thing that might lead me to her. I promise.
That
You allow me to inspect it for a few hours, and it is yours, as well as any information I discover.
seems like we have a common enemy and common interest in this. Maybe we should join our forces for a while.
I have an idea. What if we made her talk to the doll? Maybe that will motivate her to give us her location if she really wants the doll.
It's not a bad idea, actually.
Just, well, didn't she hang up?
You have to actually be in the presence of the doll for it to work.
dang.
So sad.
Hmm.
I can tell you the last time that I encountered Agatha was high in the Broken Spine Mountains.
Broken Spine Mountains. Just check the map real quick.
Everybody goes to the map.
Everybody goes,
Geography.
Oh, that's way over there.
Ooh, that's way over
Of
there.
course, the Broken Spine Mountains.
That's not where we're going at all.
Do we have a plan? We were coming to kill this one hag, and we did it. Now we don't have anything to do.
Well, yeah,
No,
well,
we're
it's
well, I
going
mean,
to
you
the
did-
seat of the gods.
well, Saphir, you did get the letter from Gulavani last week.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we did get the letter.
Dor mentioned something about wanting to visit his home in Amanor.
Yep.
Maybe.
Oh,
Although I think Dora wants to make sure that he has kind of like finished the hack business, because essentially he needs to avoid his old tribe until he has proof that he didn't kill his own wife.
Okay.
Okay, so
Oh, I missed an item. There was another item in the chest. I'm sorry, I'm just looking over my notes here. Oh, by the way, Dora, do you still have the bell?
I still do have the bell, yes.
Okay, I just want to mark. I'm just marking on my notes who has what.
Mm-hmm.
there was 2 sticks.
Evil took the keys.
Back up thieves' tools.
Let's see. That's Door has that. Door has the staff. Door has the scrolls. Door has all of the bottles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And actually, in the chest, the item that I forgot in the chest, there are 2 darts laying in the bottom of the chest. Well, the hidden cubby.
Is there a dartboard somewhere around here?
Yes.
Like
That's the
throwing
question.
darts, weapons.
Those still go into a dartboard.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And they do glow slightly for Door.
Right.
So.
Okay. I mean, as a DM, I know what this is. I don't know if I would actually know it as Alfric. Can I roll
I shall
something?
cast.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, actually, you might know what they are given your background. Make a history check for me.
Okay. I have no idea what these are.
No clue. Those are darts.
Maybe
I shall use minor illusion to make a dartboard on the wall, and then I shall say, "Evil, try it."
Alright. You will pick up one of the darts and take aim at the dartboard.
So
Does a spinning flourish?
The small dart is decorated with designs like windy spirals that span the length of its shaft.
And into the dartboard it goes!
Hey!
You throw it at the dartboard.
Oh no!
They're called notes, girl. They're called notes.
Oh, you actually put it in there?
No, I actually told you what it said last week.
I have slept since then.
That's why we write things down.
Not
Right.
because
They found the entrance and asked you to return as quickly as you could.
oh, as quickly as I could. Okay. Damn it. I was hoping it wasn't as okay.
Maybe we could return quickly and then say, oh, we have business elsewhere, and then we return here.
Well,
Compromise.
yeah.
Bad for everyone, but like equally bad, you know?
But we did give our word that we would help the dwarves enter the mine. And we did give the word to Dor to help him, but Dor's is not necessarily time sensitive right now. And
well, also it did sound like the hag was wanting to find us, and honestly, it sounds like that would be preferable to fighting her in a lair. As I mean, you all saw this lair, and it had dangerous trolls in it.
Didn't you say she'll find you in your dreams? Doesn't sound like we can fight her in your dreams.
Evil, roll a d20 plus 3 for
Maybe
me,
Victoria has some extra information on this.
A d20, you said?
A d20 plus 3.
Plus 3. Oh, that's 2 d20s, not 1 d20. Hold on.
Test.
1. 7.
So you hurl the dart across the room towards the dartboard, and it just whizzes past Saphira's head, missing it completely.
Whoa, hey, there's no need for that kind of ness.
I'm terribly sorry.
So,
Damn,
Dora,
Evil, you're not very good.
did you actually give Victoria the globe?
I'm still thinking about it. She didn't really give me her word to join us, right? She was just like,
No,
let me play around with it for a couple of hours and you can have it back.
She said she would return it to you and then give you any information she discovered.
Ah, yeah. Then I'll give it to her, yeah.
Okay.
But I hesitate. I hesitate for a moment, like,
Okay.
You will put a hand on Door's shoulder. How are you doing, friend?
Oh, you're his friend now. You didn't want to be our friend earlier.
As you give Victoria the crystal ball, she kind of squeezes your hand a little bit as if trying to comfort you, but quickly takes it and moves over to one of the chairs in front of the fire to sit and contemplate on the crystal ball.
all right. Dor will probably go back to what he did earlier, trying to find anything that has a link to his wife.
Hey, could I have a look at those vials you found, my friend?
Evil will help Dora
Absolutely,
looking through these
absolutely.
books and all the
Okay.
stuff here.
I hand the vials over.
Okay. Well, as long as you guys are not doing anything strenuous, you can take a short rest at this time if you want.
Oh, yeah.
Whee!
Okay, while that's happening,
Yay.
I will check out this vial. I mean, these
There
vials.
were 1, 2, 3, 4 vials. Are you proficient in alchemy?
But there's no alchemy proficiency.
Yeah.
Alchemist kit.
Alchemist kit.
It's
Actually,
an artisan's tools.
I don't think I get any tools.
I have one tool. What does that do? It does
These are
something.
vials.
I have a tool.
Oh, doesn't give me this.
I'm proficient both with the herbalism kit and the brewer's supplies. Would that help?
That is like basically alchemy, right?
Exactly. These two together.
It's enough alchemy to make kombucha.
So there is one of them that looks to be a common healing potion. You've seen healing potions before, especially with the herbalism kit, and there is one that looks to be a common healing potion. One of them is in a bit of a more fanciful little vial there, and uncorking it and taking a quick sniff. It smells kind of flowery, fruity, almost like a perfume. Let's see. Let's see if I have any descriptions for the others.
I know what that is.
Mhm. Let's see this one. So the other one, there are beads of this cloudy gray oil form on the outside of its container and quickly evaporate.
Wait, I've heard that description before.
Have you? Have you really heard it before?
Yes, I actually have. In Storm King's Thunder.
And the last one appears to be empty.
I check out the empty one. Is this one of those blood vials I've always wanted? Is it a vial or is it more like a...
It is a vial, and it is tightly corked.
Okay, I try to uncork it.
Okay, you pull the cork out of it. What are you going to do?
I'm first going to take a very, very short sniff to see if there is actually something in it.
Okay.
Do I smell anything?
You do not smell anything, but you suddenly feel as if you need to hold your breath.
Called it.
Okay, do I magically feel like that, or is it more like an instinctual thing? Or
It's like an urge. You suddenly have the urge to just hold your breath for a minute.
Uh-oh. Shit.
Let me see if I can.
For a minute, you say?
Can I hold my breath that long, or am I dead?
Plus your Constitution modifier. Sorry, did I yawn through the whole thing? Hello?
Yes, you yawn through the whole thing.
Oh, okay. Just making sure you can actually hear me. It's 1 minute plus standard, and then 1 minute for every COD modifier you have. So Eva couldn't hold her breath.
Yep.
So, throw out private message
Yeah, okay.
in the game
died.
chat.
Okay, so do I realize this is it?
Yes, very quickly.
Okay. Do I think I would be able to breathe it back into the bottle and recork it?
I would say yes, that you think you can.
I will try to do that.
Make an Arcana check for me, just because.
Easy.
Well, what happened, Tornag? Your
Why
organs
did you
didn't
say
go
that
into the
now?
ethereal plane?
Oh yeah, easy.
And I say, this is wonderful after I recorked it. We can...
What did you find?
Well, if I didn't want to, I could have stopped breathing for an hour and still be fine.
Oh,
But I didn't want to waste it, you see.
I mean, we could make you stop breathing for an hour.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that witch has not been breathing for an hour too.
Yeah. And then Eva can heal you.
I know! Oh, so you drink this, that means you can go underwater. And if you bring the candle up with you,
Oh.
Although it's a bit dangerous
You
to
can
use
sit
it on
underwater.
evil, because you also need to stop speaking in order for it to work. Because if you speak, if you open your mouth, you cast a strong wind spell with it, called Gust of Wind, I believe. I don't know it, but I've seen wizards use it before to hold back the taxmen while they run away with their money.
Yes. This is what we use it for. I can confirm it.
Wow.
The real name of the spell is Winds of Evasion.
So if you're going to use that for an underwater dinner, then you would have to not speak during. What if someone learned sign language?
Yeah, that can work.
Can't you just make your face into letters?
And Evil's face suddenly goes blank, and on it just appears text.
Oh my lord.
Just lorem ipsum.
Ah,
That's pretty
that's
clever. I never
brilliant.
thought of that before. It looks pretty eerie because there's now no eyes and no mouth and no nose.
Oh no, guys, we have invented the printing press.
Oh lord.
Oh, this is a great way to spread information. I mean, if people are were literate, but I could go around and just flash the news to people and stuff.
Yes.
If Dog could do the same, his face would be a big red question mark. Like, what the hell?
I don't know.
Oh, I can even.
It's
I
okay,
could probably
Dora. I
even
can
find
teach you how
work
to
as
read.
like as a sign because suddenly the text starts to animate into like an advertisement logo of just like buy now, sale, this and this and this. The possibilities are endless.
Yes.
So after just a couple of hours, Victoria comes back to door and holds out the crystal ball.
So,
She is even more powerful than I expected. She is completely able to mask her location.
I wish we had found some item that can be used to trace people.
Did we find an item?
I'm wondering what all of those scrolls did. By the way, how many potions of healing did we get? Is it just one?
You just found the one that looks like a potion of healing.
Okay, and there are like 3 more potions that we don't know what to do.
Hang on a second.
Right? Or did I misunderstand?
Let me pop my
I thought there are 5 of them, but I don't know where I got this from.
I think it was 4,
Let me
right?
pop my notes back up here. All right, so you had 2 scrolls.
Okay.
Okay, so there was the staff, 2 scrolls, the one potion that looks like a healing potion, the bottled breath, which you have.
Yeah.
There is the other oil that's got this other vial that seems to have this grayish, oily looking thing like condensation on the outside that just keeps vanishing every time it appears. The candle of the deep, the 2 darts, the 3 mystery keys, and the vial of what smells like perfume. There was also the small brass handbell, the doll of desire. Oh my god, that thing! I love that thing. We can thank my wife for that one. She asked me to add it to the game.
It was a great idea.
It says its name on here. It's called Desiree.
Anyway, while we're waiting here for like an hour, could I have a look at the staff as well if Dor is still searching for something else?
Yeah, sure. I'll just hand over the scrolls and the staff.
maybe you can look at these paper thingies as well.
But what if they contain information about your wife? Maybe you should look at those.
No, they are magical from what I could see.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so for the scrolls, I'm going to ask you for an Arcana check.
Okay. That one is easy.
Do you guys need help?
Everything about Arcana. He doesn't need help with Arcana. He's a great Arcanist.
And then
As he rolls a 1.
Look, greatest Arcanist that the world has ever seen.
so they actually happen to be 2 scrolls of protection.
Oh. These are scrolls of protection from the taxman is an important thing.
It says title.
You should
Protection from
keep
Taxman.
them on you, I believe.
Sure. I have no idea what scrolls of protection do, by the way.
Oh, you have no idea what scrolls of protection do.
Oh, they protect from like different types of creatures. Do I see what creatures they actually protect you from?
So the I'll tell you what. Roll a D100.
Sure.
34. Okay, roll another D100. 12. All right, so one protects from beasts, the other one protects from elementals.
I think the beast one is the one that works against the taxman. Although,
Isn't taxes like an element of greed?
true.
Maybe.
Yes. Taxman comes from the elemental plane of gold.
Maybe you need to use both in order to be protected. Oh. Well, we should probably have them. Yeah, I mean, I can have them, and then I'll use them if the party needs.
All right.
Okay, what about the staff?
The staff. So, the staff is an interesting one. You hold on to it for a little while and try to attune to it, and, well, you figure out that you can't. Mostly because, well, you don't need to. This wooden staff has 10 charges. While holding it, you can use an action to expend 1 charge from the staff and cause a flower to sprout from a patch of earth or soil within 5 feet of you. Or from the staff
that's
itself,
nice.
if you so choose. Unless you choose a specific kind of flower, the staff creates a mild-scented daisy. The flower is harmless and non-magical, and it grows or withers as a normal flower would.
Look though, this
Make
is
like a
quite
super
cool.
valuable flower with that.
That looks like a nice little thing. If you don't mind, I would take that.
Of course, my friend, you can take whatever you want.
Thank you.
So, just on a quick side note, I was looking up Scroll of Protection in my list here, and I came across a scroll that I'd never seen before, mostly because it came out with the Rime of the Frost Maiden, and it's the Scroll of Comet. And holy crap! By using an action to read the scroll, you cause a comet to fall from the sky and crash to the ground at a point you can see up to a mile away from you. You must be outdoors when you use the scroll, or nothing happens and the scroll is wasted. The comet creates a 50-foot deep, 500-foot radius crater on impact. Any creature that within that radius must make a DC 20 dexterity saving throw or take 30 D10 force damage.
What?
I
On a
wish I
failed
had.
throw, or half as much damage as a successful one. All structures in the crater are destroyed, as are all non-magical objects that aren't being worn or held.
That sounds like
What?
an excellent item to farm magical items.
What the heck?
That sounds
Drop
like
a bunch of comments and see what's left over. It's like
sounds
those.
a fantastic item to end a campaign.
It really does. And on that note, let's take a break, guys. We've been at this for a little over an hour and a half now.
Okay.
Sounds good.
30 damage, 150. Well, you know, your average red dragon would survive.
It's enough to kill like at least 3.5 evils.
All right, let's take a quick break, guys. Twitch, we'll be back in about 10 minutes. We'll see y'all soon.
See ya.
Bye, guys. I
We're
have a
back.
princess. Oh,
We're back,
hi.
and I have chocolate.
So do I.
So, as I was saying, Dora, when Victoria gives you the globe back, or the little crystal ball back, she tells you that she's tried very hard to ascertain the location of the hag through the connection to the crystal ball. That each of the four sisters had one of these crystal balls, and the last one, when she tried to get to the crystal ball, the hag actually broke it herself when she knew that she was going to die. So she thought by using this one, she would be able to ascertain the last hag's place in the world, and unfortunately cannot. She will tell you that they were in the Broken Spine, about halfway between Needham Molum and Hisbanur, high in one of the lonely peaks, and that she is a very vicious and vindictive type. That has been known to haunt people in their dreams, even from across the world.
Oops, evil.
Thank you for letting us know. Seems our next journey will lead us to the Broken Spine. But we also have business on the other side with the dwarves. My friends, what do you think? What should we now do as next step?
She asks you really quickly. She says, "Have you not heard about what is happening here in your own woods?"
Oh no.
Oh, you mean the war?
You mean the orcs?
Yes, I have come across several packs of them, much to their misfortune.
Did you fall on them?
We met some as well.
It seems that was much to their misfortune as well.
Can I see anything like on the desk here or something that looks similar to just anything we've encountered before, like from Cecilia's Coscath collaboration kind of thingy?
As I said before, there are writings on the desk, as if someone is asking questions and then someone is answering. But
Much like the Cecilia diary I found.
yes, but no at the same time, because the Cecilia diary is in two different hands. This one seems to be in the same hand. It's almost as if the hag was questioning herself and then answering herself later. She was probably quite mad.
Can I read through it? See like what it was about?
Sorry, let me get the chocolate out of my mouth. Damn you, wifey, and your chocolate. So, sorry about that. It's good chocolate, by the way. So you find one piece of paper that is, well, it's actually about the staff. And it's almost as if she was making a journal about her discoveries with the staff, and then she seems to have been trying to find a way to corrupt it, to make it produce poisonous flowers or flowers that could be used to create poisons. And she will you'll see where she's written herself a question about, well, can it do this or can it do that? And then she will answer herself very harshly, going, "No, idiot, it can't do this. It can't do that." There's another one in there about the controlling of the local serpent life in the swamp.
That explains the snakes.
Hello? Someone got a phone call.
Well,
There's also what does appear to be a small journal of sorts, or a journal-like page of sorts, where the hag is making notes about collecting different types of venom and poisons from a very large troll. One who seems to be attacking her house from time to time.
Ooh.
Huh. So maybe the troll was the minion.
Maybe you should just have waited a little bit.
Maybe we should have. But that's okay.
Well, do be careful with that stuff. It seems like she's been tampering with it to try to make poisons.
I'll look out carefully when I try it out. Let's see if she corrupted nature, or if nature was stronger than her corrupted mind.
So, let's weigh your options for the moment and see exactly what you want to do. You know that the last place Victoria saw the hag Agatha Grey Mist was in the Broken Spine Mountains, but she escaped her the last time she saw her, and she has no idea where she actually is now.
And you don't know that her lair is there, right?
Well, it wasn't so much that her lair was there, but she did find a place where she was staying. She doesn't know if it was a permanent lair or just some place that she had made camp, but she did find the hag there, and the hag was able to escape.
They care a lot about keeping their location secret. It makes sense if she's somewhere else right now.
Also, yeah.
You have the letter from the dwarves asking you to return to Shadowvale. You have Dwarves family in Amanor. And you have the orcs north in Ankh-Bazal who seem to be taking prisoners out of the forest. So you have a great many options before you, or you could just say, screw it all and go someplace else.
What I'm thinking is, now that we are so close to the orcs, maybe we could take care of that problem.
It does seem like it's...
what do you mean that problem? It's an army.
And as far as the dwarves are concerned, that lazy Julie Van still hasn't even traded my item yet. If they want us so quickly, maybe they could put in a little work to entice us to actually go back,
On the other hand, dwarven ruins have to be full of magic items.
True. But will they go in without us?
Well,
Maybe we could try to investigate and see if there's something we can do that's particularly helpful with try to figure out what's going on with orcs, and then
You
I
will remember that the dwarves were quite busy with the building of a bridge, which was part of the reason they were asking for your help in the first place.
I'm pretty sure that bridge isn't built yet. That
It
takes
is not.
time.
I would really.
As orcs, Victoria can give you a little more information from the orcs that she's encountered. She is quite good at garnering information from those who don't wish to give it to her. Natural talent of sorts. The orcs are gathering. They seem to be gathering prisoners to work for them. They have some grand construction underway. From what she can understand, they're in some sort of a transitional moment. But from everything she can gather, it's almost as if there's some dark force behind it, some sort of shadowy council or something that she hasn't been able to put her finger on. She has other contacts. She has other contacts that she's been talking to, but no one has anything just yet.
A shadow council. Where have I heard that before?
And wasn't that in that book we found? And I take it out and show it to her.
She reads through it real quickly.
It
Where
was
did
in
you
the
find it?
Shadowfell. It was in that magistrate woman. You know, very high AC. I know because she barely had any clothes. But still escaped us.
Did you not just receive a message asking you to return to Shadowvale?
We kinda did, yes, but you know, we're already here, the orcs are here. It would be a bit of a waste to go there and then come back again.
And I feel like I need to help to protect my tribe from the orcs.
That is true, your family's here.
Yeah,
But
it would be
we-
good
we
if we could take care for this.
Plus, isn't it actually faster to go this way back to the valley than the way we came?
But we did give our words to the dwarves.
Did we?
Yes, there's 100 gold for us once we manage to get inside.
That was the last mission. We already got paid for that. This is the front entrance, not the back entrance.
Right, we did.
Yes.
Plus 100 gold is not so much anymore. I think our price has increased.
Well, mostly it's that reconquering these dungeons is not that time sensitive, as the threat of these orcs seem to be a rather pressing matter.
Well,
I agree. I mean, there are really lives at stake. Lives of people that are very dear to me.
And if this is related to the Shadow Council, then it's probably a good idea to figure it out. Then we can glean more information when we come back to Shadowvale.
I could send a message to that Italian dwarf. See if
What's an Italian?
see if their business is really urgent. He gave me these paper birds. I don't know how fast they are, but I could mention that we have a pretty urgent orc problem here and ask if their cave expedition can wait.
Wouldn't the bird fly by? Yeah.
Let's see. Paper bird. So if a paper bird's movement speed is 60 feet, and we assume it works the same as a player, that means it would get 60 feet per turn, knowing each round of combat is 6 seconds. 10 rounds of combat is about 1 minute. That would mean a paper bird moves at about 600 feet per minute. There are 60 minutes in an hour, so 60 times 600. The paper bird travels at 36,000 feet per hour.
24 miles in a day, but it doesn't have to rest, so you could double that.
Actually, it would go about 163 miles per day, assuming no headwinds or tailwinds.
Okay, let me send a message to Mr. Giovanni and see how urgent their cave problem is. See if we can investigate this orc problem or not from their perspective. And if they say it's very urgent, that's a good point to ask for more money, you know? And if they say it's not, well, we go handle the orcs. What do you say?
I mean, it's good to hear with them if there's anything time sensitive about it.
Okay. I will take out the paper and I will send my dearest friend, Glavoli. We have a quite time-sensitive orc issue here, as they are kidnapping and murdering people. I was wondering whether the expedition into the caves has any time-sensitive element to it, which would actually require us to go back urgently. Or if we could perhaps first deal with these murderous orcs and then go help you. Please let me know as soon as possible. Oh, P.S. Have you managed to trade my ring yet? Question mark, question mark, question mark, exclamation mark, question mark.
Smiley face, smiley face.
Just
So
wondering.
I lost count somewhere around 48 words. You're only allowed to have 50.
Oh,
Sorry.
You need to be brief.
50 words. Okay, let me type it out then.
You're actually only allowed to have 50. Sorry. So Victoria would tell you that if you're interested in the orcs, perhaps it would be best to visit Amanor. Valhoma is there. He has the most recent knowledge.
Visit where?
Amanor.
This is my tribe.
Oh. Do we want to burn the village down?
I was afraid to go back for many years, but maybe it is time to face them.
One must always face the skeletons in their closet. They always come out. Best to burn them and crush them to ash.
The point is, they actually want to burn me.
Why?
Because they think he killed his wife.
The council and Vandomar, our leader, they believe that it was me who killed Isaria, my wife. So they had sentenced me to death, but I managed to escape before they could go through with it. And they have been searching for me for many years. This is why I have been living in the woods ever since.
Why do they suspect you?
She was loved by everybody, including me. But one day she was found dead, slain at the creek that was close to our village, and there was nobody else that could be blamed for it. So the elder said, must have been me, being the husband. So they assumed there was some hidden argument of some type, and that ended in me killing my beloved Isaria.
Okay, I typed up the message in the meanwhile. It's less than 50 words.
Yeah, I got it. Thank you.
Yeah. Oh. So what you are saying is if we want to deal with the orcs, we first must go to your village. But if we want to go to your village, we first must deal with the night hag. And we don't know where the night hag is. What if we just went to the orc village and killed them all?
Victoria just starts laughing.
I mean, we did kill the goblin.
How
I'm
many
afraid the orcs are a little bit more stronger than goblins.
and much more numerous.
Oh no.
Listen, ma'am. I understand, but I have this new ability that fills me with power, and I just want to make something go boom.
The village of Uncle has existed for over 100 years. There are thousands of orcs that live there.
There will be a lot of booms.
Maybe we could like kill 100 or 200, so they have to, spend their time making babies for a couple months while we deal with other stuff.
I like that plan.
Maybe we should find out what drives them out of their area in the first place.
It seems like the Shadow Council is the real problem.
To me, it looks like climate change. Did you know climate change is actually caused by the taxman?
Oh,
Just
Jesus.
look at their trees. I'm sure the taxman taxed all those trees, and so trees don't have their leaves anymore. And now the orcs have to hunt on your guns. I say, looking at Thor.
Right. Well, Dor, you would know that all of those dead trees is a place called the Deadwood.
Really?
Okay.
Yes, the tax wood.
No, they're the orc area called the Deadwoods.
Well, it actually used to be part of the Oakwood. But
You see?
unfortunately, the orcs came into the area cutting down and collecting wood to build their city.
Just like the
city-
taxman.
the city
Exactly.
of Uncle Tom.
A wooden city? A wooden city.
And in the process of creating their city and living above ground, as orcs normally are known to be more subterranean, they seem to have caused some sort of a blight on the land, which caused this large portion of the Oakwood to die. But through the work of the druids and the furbogs, they were able to stop the blight's advance, so that it's just this edge along the northern part of the Oakwood that has been deemed the Deadwood now.
Orcs have been spreading their hatred against nature for a long time. But me and my tribe, we managed to hold them at bay.
See, I'm looking at my notes here. There was something else I wanted to tell you. Right. Nope, that's not it. Must be on the next page. Yeah, it was about the Deadwood. It was information that Victoria was gonna have for you. Right. That's it exactly. Thank you very much for reminding me. So, Victoria tells you that there are strange happenings in the Deadwood right now. There seems to be this eternal mist that never vanishes. It doesn't even burn off with the noonday sun.
That sounds very mysterious.
That sounds like something we should investigate. Sounds like a good place to start, at least, and then we don't have to go to Dor's village till we have legal proof of him not doing the thing that they accused him of. You know, I personally think that there's sometimes people are way too quick to you know, accuse people of crimes.
What's legal proof anyway? We're gonna return there with like the head of a hag. Might as well take this one and tell them in advance that he's innocent.
Well,
Well,
telling people that you're innocent doesn't always work.
This is why I've been
Yes, but-
searching this hut for any evidence. If they would have, if the hag would have had anything that belonged to Azaria, for example, I could prove that the hag was involved.
I mean, we heard the hag say that she killed your wife. Is that not proof?
Yeah.
Would they doubt my word?
We could be witnesses.
It might be enough.
You'll remember that Realm
Nobody heard.
offered his word as well.
Who did?
Yeah.
The leader of Millshill.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we did not. We're there, and if they don't believe us, well, we'll reveal the truth.
Maybe it is enough. And as you said at one point, I need to face it anyway. Good. Let's head to Amnor and talk to Vandoma.
All right. If you feel ready to go there, then I suppose that's our destination.
Yes. That is our destination.
I don't think I'm ready. I don't think I'll ever be ready.
I'm so
It's like now is
confused.
the time.
Is that a new occurrence, Self-Monk?
Sorry, what was the last? I have a screaming daughter next to me.
Alphonse said he was confused. And I asked him if
Oh,
that was
yes.
a new occurrence.
No, I still don't understand the difference between a furbolg and an orc.
Hair.
Oh, that's it. Yes,
We
I see it now.
Furbolg, we are large and beautiful. Orcs are small and ugly.
Bigger than me.
So
Right, that'll do.
Except if I go and evil just shoots up like a noodle. Ha!
So you guys you're planning a trip to Amanor, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah.
Are you going by way of Nilshul, or are you just going straight to Amanor from here?
Why are we taking a sidetrack? We've already been there. We know what they have for sale. Alfred doesn't need to buy anything.
Well, it's mostly if we wanted to have the witness to like testify for the sake of Dor.
Well, we might not need it, though.
He didn't give us anything written, right?
No.
He did not. He said that he would go in person.
Do we have another paper bird?
We do have 3 left.
We could also just go and pick him up.
That's true. But it
We
seems
could
to be
also
another.
just go and, if they try
Yeah.
to attack Dor or something, you can make them go. Oh, wait, I don't think Dor would want you to make them go boom. I could
Not really.
distract them. I have a very distracting spell.
You
Now,
do.
yes.
I think we should actually go down to Nishil and take Ralnor with us. Just to testify in my name.
Wasn't he old?
Yes?
Even for an elf?
Yes.
What difference does it make?
Well, he might not be fit to travel.
No, that's no problem. You see, I've through my thoughts of friendship, I have figured out how to make friends with a horse that isn't here yet, and so we can ride the horse.
What?
What horse? How did you make friends with a horse that's not here?
Evil sits down in a chair and cackles, and you'll see.
By
We'll
God.
be there when we need it the most.
I think we broke her too.
Okay, so you're leaving the swamp.
Yeah.
So you've been here a few hours, so it's moving into evening a little bit.
I'm not resting in that house.
Let's get away from here. There's evil air around. No offense, little one.
So
Someday I'll have an evil lair.
the most direct course is right towards the heart of the Oakwood.
Mhm.
From where you are, Dor, you would know it's about 30 miles or a
Mhm.
really good day and a half, 2 days walk.
Mhm.
You're very familiar with these parts of the woods, as you've stayed near the base of the Black Teeth Mountains, which is the other set of mountains over here that don't have a title on them for some reason.
The black teeth now.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, these ones.
Yeah, these are the Black Teeth over here.
Mhm.
Hence that they're black. Oh, there we go again. Want to become famous? Buy followers and viewers,
Wow.
and Instaban.
Nice.
So you guys have about half a day that you can walk.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so is that
Are
the
we
plan?
leaving that doll here? We're leaving that doll, right?
Who has the doll at the moment?
I don't know.
Evil?
I have the doll in the party loot.
That doll's evil. It's not the evil. It's evil. Evil.
I heard my name many times. What's going on?
I think we should burn it.
Yes. I vote with him.
You to burn me?
Not you, the
Not
doll.
you, the doll.
What did it ever do to you?
Not a natural thing.
It's creepy.
Yeah, but what if we make our enemies want it and then we burn it along with our enemies? I think that's the smartest way to deal with it, no?
Oh, I feel like this is being mean to the doll. It's not really done anything to us.
It magically enchanted us to make us kind of want it.
Well, maybe it just wanted some friends.
That's not how you get friends.
I suppose not, but might not have known that.
You're making a good point, actually.
I mean, I can sort of relate.
You would cast spells on us to make us your friend?
Oh no, but well, back in my old village, people used to call me creepy, and they didn't want to be my friend.
Oh
So
no.
who knows? Maybe I would have done something similar.
Yeah, to me that makes perfect sense, actually. You see, the
Yeah.
doll is just like evil.
Evil smiles and nods and looks at the doll. The doll looms.
Saphira is bitchy, but she's not going to say get rid of the stupid doll when Evil's like that. I'm like, damn it.
So the strange thing is, Evil, you're looking at the doll, and something about it seems off. It doesn't seem right. And then you realize the head is missing and is nowhere to be found.
Where's the head gone to?
I thought it's in the party loot. I look into the loot. I
Yeah,
look
it's
into
there.
the back.
Oh, okay.
Oh, it's right here, but last time we put the head on, it
No,
used this magical
I'll
thing
forget
on
it.
us. Let's not do that.
Very well, I suppose you'll remain headless for now, little one. Oh, how about we call it Dullahan? I heard the
Maybe.
tale of a similar creature with no head.
If you prefer, you can talk to the head, and I put back the body and take out the head.
I suppose. Dullahan can fit in this pocket.
Oh,
Yeah, but if
Then
you
you
have
see
the
a
head
mouse
and I have
evicts
the
the
body,
head and he puts it in another bucket.
we cannot use it then. Think
Could be
same
like-
person would have both.
you know, I once heard this story about twins who had two powers and they kind of united in the thing. So you could be like, evil doll, unite.
What if there was a doll of me? What if? Oh! I got the splendid idea. And Evil turns into the doll, but grown up.
Oh Lord.
So yeah, Evil's not wearing this ragged, nasty, dirty-looking dress. Torn.
Oh, I can't change my clothes. I can only change my look.
Oh, okay. Well, Evil now looks Chucky.
Looks at the head.
Falls back.
Twinsies!
Oh, okay.
Or Bride of Chucky, however you wish to swing. So,
Oh,
shall we move the adventure forward, guys?
Yeah. Get away from this doll.
Right. So, Victoria decides to stay behind and learn what else she can about the hag and promises you that this hut will be burned to the ground by morning.
I mean, I suppose it's a nice little hut, but I suppose someone could just clean it up. Good real estate.
Oh, some things are not meant to be. We need to burn this down. This is not part of nature.
All right, I suppose you're more knowledgeable about it than me.
Right. So, you guys make your way out. From looking for that there, yes, and make your way into the woods. And the further you move away from the swamp and the hag's domain, the brighter and airier the woods become. Until at last, it opens back up into what Dor would normally call his home.
Can you smell that?
Dirt.
That's like pine.
I would say it's skunk.
I think I walked on poop.
You travel until it starts to become dark, and then you start looking for some place to camp for the night.
I mean, I've been living in these woods for many, many years. Would I know a really good, comfortable campsite in the area?
You actually would. It wouldn't be very hard to find at all.
All right, then I'll lead the group there. Say, this is one of my favorite little areas here. Very good for staying a night or two.
When you said your village wants you dead, do you think they will send assassins in the night? Are they
No.
that kind of people? No. Okay.
No, we're not assassins. They send hunting parties after me, yes. But these are normal furbolgs. They are not assassins.
This camping spot seems familiar somehow.
Think for us mere mortals, every part of the forest looks the same. Luckily, we have Dor who can make up little differences and understand where we are based on that.
Yeah, I know this
Must be
area
that.
very well.
Sorry.
I guess I didn't put those in here, did I? Great actor.
Oh, you mean the poisonous snakes that's everywhere?
No. I had something else in mind.
No.
I was wondering if we could go back for some of those snakes and see if we can milk them for poison.
It's actually venom.
No, there were too many snakes in this gosh darn pond.
Venom is actually better than poison.
No. Snake, no. They hurt.
I can prestidigitate them.
I wasn't saying they were dirty. They are dirty, yes. But they and I showed my arm. Look! It freaking hurt.
Oh my.
Yes, but that's because you don't have metallic skin that's resistant to bites, I say as I show off my shiny arms.
Perhaps if a snake were to...
I have a theoretical question. Would Shock and Grasp get advantage since he's metallic now?
He's not. Really.
It'll be interesting to see a monster and I get advantage because they got metal tattoos. I always
Although,
forget.
you are right, it could bite me in the legs, or worse.
Or it could bite you in the face. Then how will you sell stuff?
True.
Yeah.
Maybe we shouldn't go back for those snakes after all.
No.
No, we should not. If you really want to have a little bit of venom, maybe we find some snakes that are a little bit less aggressive.
Maybe I can...
Look at all these fireflies. Oh, beautiful.
Oh no. Those bugs are disgusting. They always try to get into my ears and nose and mouth. Ah!
Do they?
Oh.
Yes, they do.
Why would like seeing bugs get
You
into your
see,
ears?
Missy really likes these weird glowy bugs. She keeps
We call
flying
them-
around in between them.
We call them fallen stars. Home.
Yeah, they do sort of look like stars.
They do. Some
Alright.
even believe they are the souls of our ancestors that come
That's not what
and
stars look
after
like.
us.
Stars are painful to look at.
I'd like you all to make a perception check for me, please.
Does that all include Misty?
Sure. Alphonse is too bothered by the fireflies to notice anything. But as he wasn't particularly hiding, you see moving up from the south a very old elven ranger. And you would recognize him as Ralnor Starfell.
Oh, my friend. It is indeed
Master
very nice to see you. Come, join us by the fire.
I have had many scouts out looking for you.
We were actually on our way to talk to you. This is very fortunate. We decided to go back to Amnor. I need to talk to my tribe. But as you know, the situation is still a bit tense. So I would appreciate if you could do me the honor and join us and speak on my behalf.
I will indeed. I have something for you. I believe you made an acquaintance recently. A friend of mine by the name of Victoria.
Yes, we
Indeed.
did.
I met her in the woods not 2 hours past. And she gave me an interesting item, which I think that you might be most particularly interested in. He
Oh,
reaches into his bag and he pulls out what
Quick, he's got a gun. Firebolt, firebolt.
what at first looks like just a tangled mass of roots or vines. But as he straightens it out a little bit and holds it out to you, you realize that it is in fact a bracelet braided from the roots of an ironwood tree. A very rare tree. One that you have only seen once in your life. And when you saw that tree, you took some of its roots and you made a bracelet for your wife.
oh. Oh, I recognize this. I made this for Asaria many, many years ago. And you said Victoria found it in the hut of the hag. Then this is the proof I've been looking for.
It was hidden in a stash of many other things in the roof.
This is. It is very strange to hold it.
She told me of the encounter with the hag and what appears to be a particularly nasty troll.
Oh, yes. Big balloon of venom that was.
When she began showing me the items from the cache she had found, many of them were familiar to me. Trophies, it seems, taken by the hag from those that she had made suffer. This one in particular made me think of you. I am very happy to return it to you.
And I thank you very, very much for it.
And I just take the bracelet and step 5 or 10 feet away out of the light of the campfire, and I just sit down in some bushes under a tree, and I would just hold it and press it against my chest, and I turn away from the group so nobody sees me when I start to cry a bit.
Oh,
What? Water is a cycle.
So we have the proof now that you needed. Right?
Indeed.
Yes.
Well,
This is-
as long as the elf can testify where he was found, because otherwise,
Yes.
you know.
How
Hey,
is
here's
that?
this personal item of the woman I killed.
Too true.
Proof it wasn't me.
Yeah.
I have actually spoken with Valhalla recently.
You did.
I was there yesterday. Did Victoria mention to you the fog that has risen up in the dead wood?
Indeed.
Yes, she
we were thinking to
mentioned.
investigate it.
You know, the Furbogs, they have been defending the Oakwood from the invasion and the intrusion of the orcs since they established their village over 100 years ago. And the Deadwood, it is the most contested ground of all. There is no ready supply of wood near the village of Ankh-Bazal. So they come and remove the wood from the Oakwood, cutting down trees and taking what they need, but with no regard for nature. Over the last several months, the orcs' need for wood has driven them to bring whole warbands into the forest. These warbands are meant to distract the Oakwood defenders while other bands cut down and remove trees. Thus, the dead wood has grown thinner, and the layer of separation between the orcs and the Oakwood has been weakened. Now, as we have begun to fight back, this foul mist has risen. There are strange shapes that sulk about, hidden from sight by the fog. And yet, the sounds of trees being felled still echo through the air. Some brave furbolgs have entered the mist, hoping that it is not but a trick and they can find the source of the sounds. So far, only Vandhoma has returned from such a trip, and he returned gravely wounded. He told
Perhaps we should-
me he encountered Grohl the Merciless and one of his warbands just as he entered the fog. He and a group of rangers were set upon quickly, and they fought nearly to the last. Vandhoma fought Grohl the Merciless himself, but was outmatched and fell to the orc's raging blades. Fortunately, it seems Grohl the Merciless thought his victim too wounded and left him for dead, while the rest of the group that had accompanied Valhalla, including a handful of my rangers, have been captured.
These are horrible news, indeed.
I suppose we should hear with Valhalla about what he has to report about the encounter. See, and whatever's in the fog.
Seems to get more and more pressing that I speak with my elder.
Indeed.
He is at the Circle Glade recovering, as are many of your folk. Even against their nature, they have started to build a community in the Circle Glade.
And we should go there.
Indeed.
Yes, let us go.
I shall
First we got to sleep.
I shall travel with you. We are only about a day's journey.
Thank
Excellent.
you.
Then we can make haste in the morning.
Rest easy this night. The woods around you are full of rangers. Nothing would be foolish enough to approach this camp. And
Reassuring.
with that, you can all take a long rest and your new levels become effective.
Whee!
Nice.
Yay!
Okay, so in the morning, Evil is going. Alphonse, do you have any room in your ring currently?
I was actually gonna cast a level 3 spell inside it before going to sleep. I got the spell slot from Arcane Recovery. But what are you looking to do?
Well, you see, I have something special for you, my friend. So can I just borrow it for like a little bit, and then I'll give it back, and there will be something nice in it, and you can use that in the morning. Or well, it is morning now, but
What is evil planning? You must inform the DM.
I have an evil scheme,
I
which is a scheme that evil
will have to
does.
think about it. Alphonse says as he. I'll have to DM the DM before I do this.
The DM is waiting. What evil nefarious plans is Alphonse planning? Oh wait, I'm still speaking like evil. Requires a lot of incense, doesn't it?
About 15 gold's worth.
I mean, I would assume you have enough for casting it once or twice in case something was to happen to your familiar.
Alright, fair enough. Then I shall cast Find Familiar into the ring and then give it to Evil, saying I have a gift of my own inside.
Oh, all right. I guess I'll use that. I know what familiar I should get. Alfric was talking about he needed a snake, right?
Oh god, no.
No.
And the snake appears.
Could have
And
gotten
then,
a chameleon.
Oh,
You
a
can
chameleon
still
would have been
change
really
it.
cool.
You can still change it, it's okay.
But snake.
Be careful not to step on it.
I wouldn't dream of stepping on the snake. It can live in my coat along with my mouse.
Oh no.
Roll a d100. No, I'm just kidding. I'm joking.
Oh, the mouse will kick the snake's ass. All right. And then Evil will plunk a fine steed into the ring and give it back. Alphonse, remorse, you're in for a horse.
A horse, you
And
said.
Evil backs away, cackling.
Oh, we could use it to pull the cart. This is genius.
And then Evil is going to stand behind this tent and start summon their own fine steed.
As you mention the cart, Rainier looks at you and he's like, "Oh, about the cart."
The finest studded cart that has ever roamed this forest, isn't it?
Yes.
Yes. Unfortunately, one of the blacksmiths thought it was scrap wood and used it to fire his kiln.
What? Sue him.
This is very sad. You see, that cart was emotionally very important to me.
I'm sure that it was, but
It was studded with emotion.
I don't think that you're going to need it anytime soon.
Well, if I need a new one, I'm sure that the blacksmith could help us make one.
I am sure that he could, yes.
Well,
We can have it studded by a professional.
yes, that's a good idea.
Right. So, as you get up for your day, there is fresh berries and fruits waiting for you that were delivered sometime in the night by the rangers. Raunor offers them around for breakfast, and then asks you if you wish to be off. Are you ready? Let's go.
Room service of the forest is really better than expected.
Time waits for no elf.
As Evil emerges from behind the tent, they're atop of a black mare.
Damn,
Friends, beware! You're in for a mare.
So you have summoned a black horse.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll add that to my notes for next week, so I make sure that I have that ready for you.
It's not just a black horse; it's a dog.
then mine shall be a blue horse.
Oh Lord.
Those exist, don't they?
No.
Well, there's like greyish blue ones, I think. I'm not a horse expert.
Okay, notes. So both of you are summoning horses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, all in my notes. I'll have tokens and everything ready for them next week. As you start off, Raunor takes the lead, and for being as old as he is, he's pretty spry. You guys actually find that, well,
It's pretty spry for a white guy.
no, it's pretty spry for an old guy. And soon, Alphonse and Evil are quite happy that they have horses because he's kind of hard to keep up with.
Evil,
Are you?
could I buy a horse from you tomorrow? This is tiring.
Oh, you can sit on my horse. There's room for 2 people on here.
Ah, is there?
Hop on up.
I'll hop up. And Misty's
For
on my
3?
shoulder. So now there are 3 of us.
It was summoned with the power of friendship, so it's even better with friends.
If we still need one more, Dor can turn into a horse as well.
I think between the 2 horses, there's enough room for everybody except for Dor.
And Dor will still turn into a horse.
Dor will just turn into a horse and keep up.
Yeah.
How long can you hold your wild shape?
2 hours.
2 hours. Okay.
Yeah, and then I can immediately turn back into one, have 2 wild shapes. Then I need to take a short rest.
All right. Well, let's just do this. We're getting down to the end of the session here, and we will say that due to the horses and Dor's ability to wild shape, you're actually able to make what should have been a entire day's walk in about 3/4 of the day.
Nice.
Dor, you're on very familiar territory. For the rest of you, it still looks like forest. Until you move forward a little bit more, and the forest suddenly gives way to a wide opening. Let's see. Can I reload? It's thinking about it. I don't know why it's being so persnickety about it. And we'll activate it. Oh, the lighting is bad.
I'm Nor.
I'm Nor, the home of Dor.
The lighting is perfect.
Nor.
I can see
Ooh.
everything. Oh,
There's
now I
really.
can see
Oh, I
everything.
thought those were benches, and I was gonna be like, "Whoa, wait a minute."
Did you say benches or bitches?
Bench.
Both.
I also misheard it.
Oh, benches. I thought that was a seat. Like I was like, "Are we in the land of giants now?"
So, Dor, this is actually all very familiar to you. This is the Circle Glade.
The nature is a circle.
This is home now.
The thing that is odd to you about it are there a great many more furbolgs here than you would normally see. Not to mention, looking around and taking a closer look, you start to see what look like makeshift lean-tos and stuff here all around the glade, a place that is normally left just to the druids.
This is not how it used to be. Something has changed. Something's threatening this holy place.
And that, my friends, is where we're going to call it a session, because that is our 3 hours.
Yeah,
Alrighty.
exactly
Nice.
on time.
Bye, guys. I just want you to know, Fireball would fit perfectly in there.
Nope. 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 Nope.
No fireballing furbolgs. Let's think about it. Twitch. Thank you guys for watching along. If you're watching for the first time, hope you enjoyed it. Follow, subscribe, whatever it is you do on Twitch. I don't know, but
Bye. Subscribe.
we'll see you guys all. We'll see you guys all next week. Bye, Twitch.
Yep.
Raise it from the
Bye. Bye.
Bye.